Welcome back to the Starfighter Podcast. You've got your two hosts, Dom and Ethan. What's going on?
What's up, guys?
Pretty excited. We're getting ready for this is our first watch along. I think we should probably do this a little more often, maybe for some of these finales, but I know we're
Yeah,
really
for
looking
sure.
forward to seeing how the end of Loki goes. We've already got some speculations in the chat that we'll pull up here in a minute. But yeah, guys, we have about a little less than 20 minutes to go. Hopefully you guys got your TVs or computers devices set up to stream the show. And so when the 12 o'clock hour comes along, we'll set our markers and let you guys know kind of like where we're at. And then we'll give you a couple seconds to catch up. We'll hit go, and then we'll all start watching together.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, kind of like what you're saying. I think this would be good for finales in general because, I don't know, it's a nice thing to do. And it's kind of weird thinking that we're already at Loki season finale already. But yeah, it'll be a fun night either way. So the train, we have the train is another co-host of ours. It makes a lot of appearances. I think it's the one consistent thing in every episode. We'll have to do it. We'll do a train compilation. No, but yeah, should be a fun night. We can kind of talk. I'm sure we can kind of talk what we think might happen.
Yeah, because you haven't been on the
episode.
last couple reviews, so
Yeah.
Get us up to speed on your thoughts.
Full spoiler. So we know they're kind of like at the end of or their final destination for figuring everything out, or as much as they are going to figure out. Everyone's thinking it's Kang, but I think Kang is kind of like the Mephisto so far of like the Loki series. But actually, like, for way more reasoning too, like Kang's already been announced in the MCU, like it's happening. But do I think they had Kang set up and all of that when they were making Loki? I'm not too sure. I do think there will probably be more Kang Easter eggs for sure, or maybe like a Thanos level like cameo of Kang. But I have a feeling he's not going to be like the main like finale like villain that they come across. Just because I feel like Kang is way smarter than that, like even though this is like really deep into their adventure, like I think they're gonna hold off on him until Ant-Man the Wasp, just because I kind of get that sense from the Disney Plus shows that they don't want to like introduce that kind of stuff right now. Although I do think they could probably have Kang in this and in like Black Widow, or not Black Widow, Ant-Man Wasp, and like it all work out. I think they're gonna stick, and I think people are kind of going back and forth on if it's gonna be Kang or like a Loki variant. And I feel like it's gonna be a Loki variant kind of at the end of this all, because I think that's kind of the theme of this show, and I think it would make a lot of sense. Maybe like a frost giant Loki or something like that. But yeah, who knows? I do think it's going to be a Loki though, if I were to bet on it. I don't think they had Kang like really set up yet. Like I don't even think they had him. I don't think they had the actor like ready by the time they were making Loki for some reason. So I don't know. I do think though that just because post-credit scenes are so easy to implement, I do think that could be like a very good possibility of like a post-credit scene for this. So yeah, I'm pretty excited for that. I think the post-credit scenes have done a decent job. Like WandaVision, maybe not. But I think I do think Falcon Winter Soldier like set stuff up like pretty well for whatever they're going to do. So I hope Loki kind of does the same thing because I think it's the most cosmic we're going to get until we get more movies. So I think that'll be cool. But yeah, for all I know, it could be like an Eternals post-credit scene or something, which I don't think it would be that, but you never know. So my guess, it's another Loki variant. Um, that's what I think is going to happen. People were talking about like a King Loki or something like that, or like just some crazy Loki, and I think that's very likely going into this episode. But when it comes to like Ravonna and all that, it's hard to tell like where she stands because I definitely think there's some connection to Kang, like in the comics, but I don't think I think it's more of like Kang is like a variant or something like that. Um, but I don't know. I do think though that Kang is in general control of all this stuff, but I don't think he needs to be in direct control. He just needs to have everything set up for his final plan, you know? And so he never had to be the one in power. Like he just needed to know that he can manipulate stuff or like the people that are in power and have his plan all set up. So but I do think that if there is a Loki or if they do mess with anything, because whatever is at the end of this is important to some extent, I do think that Kang will get involved somehow because it messes with his future plans, you know?
Yeah.
So that's why I do think a post credit scene with him is definitely possible. Um, but yeah, I don't really know what to expect. I think the show's just every episode it's gone like pretty far, like storytelling wise and all that, and just like really move the story along. So even though it's a finale, I think it's kind of vague as to what exactly is supposed to happen in this, you know. So I think it will be very different, and I think they'll probably get a lot of story in there. But yeah, I'm just looking for more lore and all that because I think that's best thing that you can get from these Disney Plus shows is just more lore and storytelling behind these characters. And um, I'm sure we'll get an idea of like Sylvie and who's probably going to be staying in the MCU and all that, like going forward. Because I do think that's something they are setting up. So I kind of hope they keep Sylvie around because, unlike WandaVision, which, and I guess I do think there's a really strong possibility because WandaVision, they got like rid of the kids and all that and like normal vision. And so I
But
hope they
but
kind of
not
leave things
really.
open. Yeah, but I just hope they leave things open enough to where they could have all this stuff. And so, but it's just, I'm curious as to how much they're allowed to set up in, you know, these shows without like completely leaving out like movie watchers and all that. Um, because you know, either way, there's probably going to be that effect of like you're at a theater and they're like, oh, who's that? Like that's probably going to happen with like John Walker, you know? Um, so it's stuff
Yeah.
like that where I'm curious if, you know, how they're going to handle it. But I just hope they kind of, I don't know. I want a post credit scene that kind of keeps the like cosmic side of the MCU going, because there's been a lot of post credit scenes like that are moving along like the Earth story, and we'll talk about that more tomorrow on our Black Widow review. Um, but even the Falcon Winter Soldier post credit scene like is moving things along. So I just kind of hope they leave things open to do some cool stuff with. But I do think it's cool to have like speculation and all that. I just think each one of these shows is going to be so different. Like their whole Disney Plus lineup, each show just seems so different from the next as to like the stories they're taking on. Um, because where the next, I don't remember the order, but I think it's Miss Marvel and then Hawkeye, or it's Hawkeye and then Miss Marvel.
Well, we get the What If series
Yeah, what if? Yeah, that's the next one.
soon.
Yeah,
But I do want to hit up some of these messages
oh, yeah, for
real
sure.
quick. But I was going to say real briefly, like touching on what you had mentioned. And guys, like, last few minutes to send in your theories and predictions, and we'll put them up on the screen. And try to talk about them for a minute or two. So
Hmm.
send them in and get ready to watch the show here very soon. And thanks a lot for tuning in, by the way. If we haven't said that already, we appreciate it. Yeah, so we were talking last week on our episode 5 review, and I think me and Jake both said that it was like just really a toss up, like you said, between either Loki variant or King. I think the Loki variant is a lot more likely at this point, but it's also just very on the nose that it might be a curveball.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Um, but if they did go with the Loki variant, I feel like because of like these themes that we've been getting from the show, it would probably really play into just this ongoing theme of like him addressing his identity and like whether like his destiny or whether his character himself is um like just so permanent and set in stone as one thing. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
it
for
would
sure.
kind of be him facing um what people have been telling him is his reality, is this evil villain basically. And but this villain who's like doomed to continue to fail. And then it would kind of be a situation where he battles that and in order to kind of like move on.
Hmm.
So I think that could be really powerful for sure. I still think Kang is a possibility because we did see a bunch of different Easter eggs. And again, like you mentioned, Ravonna has a background to him. So that's still possible as well. And then I guess the third possibility is it could be someone totally different. I mean,
Hmm.
um, we'll let's see what some of our comments are saying. And of course, the train's coming back for round two. Today is Tuesday. This is Dawson. He says, if it is King, I'll be interested to see his character design because there's no way they're doing purple and green blue face costume.
Yeah,
Yeah, they probably would
I
mix it
am
up.
very, I do think it'll be kind of similar, um, but they've done really good at implementing like comic looks into all that. But who knows? Who knows? I do think it'll be more futuristic, but I do think it will kind of follow the same idea of it all. Um, but yeah,
You want to get those ones from Anthony?
yeah, for sure. So the last two, right? All right. I believe Rabona is the head of everything that she's playing everyone. That is very fair. Um, I do think she knows more in general, but they've also played her off as a very like gullible character, and I think like there's people like that in a way. Like I do think that's a very like someone traded that way is definitely believable. Like where they're kind of just like blindly following something, um, especially when they're at like such a higher power and an organization like that, you know. So um, yeah, who knows? Yeah, I definitely think she'll have more of a role in this episode, though. Like either way, I think they're gonna try to do more with her because I do think she'll stick around to kind of deal with Kang in a way, um, and because I do think the TVA will kind of stay together in some aspect, but maybe just like an outside like party that's gonna try and mess with things in the future. Um, And then next one, I also believe Doctor Strange will come into play during this episode because I think this will play into the multiverse of madness. That would be really cool. It's I'm hoping they do more of that because every time they show like a multiverse like forming or whatever, the next time we checked in on it, it was like completely fixed. Like they had the Lokis they did there, um, they were messing with the timeline or whatever, but you know, it didn't. It kind of got resolved right after, and then when Sylvie, like when she just blew up the timeline, pretty much like they fixed that by the next episode. So it's hard to tell if they're gonna like allow it to be broken, like by the end of this. But I do think a Doctor Strange cameo, like I don't know, I think it's very viable for like a post credit scene too, for sure. But who knows? We I'm really curious to see what happens, but um, again, we'll just have to see if that's one of those things they want to leave for like the movies or whatever, and then he can be like, oh yeah, this happened, and like Loki was doing this, and Wanda was doing this, and Spider Man was doing this, and you guys are just like messing everything up. I think that'd be kind of a cool thing to do, and um, you know, he'll I think he'll end up being like the father of the MCU in a way, just having to clean up after everyone. And I think that'd be interesting to see because I think he's really the only person that makes sense for to have to like do that. Um, because
I've just figured that it'll play into Ant-Man Quantumania. Not that it couldn't do Doctor Strange as well,
yeah,
but I feel like, I mean, WandaVision definitely with its post-credit scene ties into uh, Multiverse of Madness, which we already knew that Scarlet Witch was going to be in that movie.
mhm.
Anyways, so
I do think there's a difference though that I think they need to elaborate on more, like between different worlds and like a multiverse with different like doppelgangers and stuff.
2 minutes. Let's do this.
Yeah. And I do think there's a difference between that and the timeline. Like I think the timeline is something that's different from like a dimension or like a different universe in a way. I think the timeline kind of has to deal with the then and now of like that world or like that universe. But I do think that a multiverse might be like different in a way, and which is why I think Quantum Mania deal is going to deal more with like the time aspect of it, which is why the quantum realm is always about time travel, and hasn't been about like different universes and stuff like that. Which is why I do think there's a difference there, and I kind of wanted to elaborate more on it because I think that'll be really important going forward. Um, because Kang himself doesn't deal with multiverses; he deals with time travel. Um, and I don't think they're going to have to completely introduce a multiverse. And I think that's what Doctor Strange is going to deal with. And I think it's going to be kind of separate in a way because I think time travel's just different. But now it's time. So I can refresh and see if it's there.
I just refreshed too. All right,
And
guys. You guys pulling it up? It's there.
it's there.
It's there. Okay. All right, guys. Let us know in the chat. I mean, if you don't let us know, we're going to start it anyways, but we'll give you guys just a minute to pull it up.
I'll get it queued up. We got a 46-minute episode here.
And then what do you want to do? You want to just go through the intro, like the recap, or are we going to skip that?
We can go. Yeah, we'll just go through it normally.
Okay. All right, we
It's
are going to
taken.
go through the recap, guys.
Yeah. So yeah, hopefully you guys can watch along with us. That'd be cool.
Yeah, and we'll do a little commentary here and there, give our thoughts and reactions. And of course, you guys can continue to put in some messages, and when we see them, we will bring them up. So feel free to do that. All right. And there might be like a couple times where I kind of I'll just check like on my TV and let you guys know like
Mm-hmm.
what our time is set to in case you want to catch up somehow. But all right, I'm ready. I'm gonna hit play.
All right.
You ready?
Count us down.
All right, guys. After I say play, minus Ethan, you guys will do maybe like a one Mississippi or something for delay that might benefit yourself, so that we can all be on the same page, because there will be a little bit delay from you guys watching our stream. All right, 3, 2, 1, play button. Disney logo.
Hmm.
Previously on. I think we're pretty much on the same page here, guys.
Get off here, Ravona.
I'm at the 41-second mark right now.
Hmm.
For everyone watching. And guys, also hit that like button. We appreciate it.
It just looks way too like a Loki place compared to a Kang, you know?
This is a different intro, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right, man, let's go. This is interesting. I don't know. I'm getting King vibes. You guys should be seeing the Loki title kind of flashing right now.
Yes, sir.
I'm getting King vibes, dude. Anthony Atkins agrees. Do you ship them? Like, are you for that?
The Loki ship?
Yeah.
I see it. No. I'm sure I'll stay that way.
You don't mind it?
Nah.
I don't mind it either.
That makes sense.
I think they're more approaching it from like finding your other half and not so much just like this self-absorbed type of angle.
Mm-hmm. For sure. It's almost minute.
I didn't expect her to show up right now. Oh, I heard about him. I heard about him. Yeah, that's another character, He Who Remains. That's interesting.
It's pretty sick.
I did mention last week that I did get a very slight feeling that Sylvie might betray Loki in the end.
Yeah.
I hope not. I
I
hope
hope
not.
I hope it's not like that.
Okay. So then she doesn't know.
Guess not.
Ravona's left in the dark. So what it's looking like, chat. What up, Renato? Thanks for joining us. Make sure to sub and give us a like. We appreciate it. We're at the 8:45-ish mark. Just so you guys know. But is that the guy that plays Kang?
I'm pretty sure.
I don't remember, but I think he's the guy that is
I think
cast
so. Yeah.
for king. Oh shoot, guys.
Yeah, it's him.
Nice. All right, so we got king. Was he like recording her right there or something? Hopefully I'm pronouncing this right. But what's up, Newton Thomas? Hey, thanks a lot, man. Thanks for subscribing. We appreciate it. we're at the 14:30 mark right now. I feel like it's dragging on a little bit. And so far, King is a little too silly for me.
Yeah.
Renito, appreciate it. If you guys can leave us a like too, that would be awesome. Hope you're watching along with us too. Thank you. Thank you. I'd like to say that this video is sponsored by Canada Dry, but it's not.
We know it isn't.
Anybody else a little worried that King's character is really going to fall flat?
I'm okay with it for some reason though. But yeah.
It's early. It's still early to say.
Yeah. I'm sure he'll change a lot.
I'm sure we'll see her again. It is the actor. We just confirmed it. It's the actor that's supposed to be cast as Kang in Ant-Man Quantumania. So
Yeah, what he's saying is maybe it could be like a Kang fake or something like that.
but I mean that
Rotate.
is the actor. So
Yeah, definitely.
oh, maybe this is it. Maybe he explains it. I could do without the apple. I really could. I just think it's funny when someone else calls someone buddy when they're clearly not.
Yeah. So that's it. That's it. This is what happens at the end of time. And now you're just gonna sit there with all that freedom and society faith. I don't know. I'm liking his character.
Why? Chat, do you like him so far, or do
It's
you not
just a
like him?
variant.
Well, he said that he has variants, so doesn't that mean he's the original?
Mm, I don't think so. Because he was referring to himself as a variant. Really?
Oh no. Oh no. Dang. Oh no, does she heal him? Wow, that was close. Okay.
That escalated quickly.
And in front of the guy. Well, yep. Yep. I told you guys. I called it.
Oh my goodness.
Is she with him? No, I guess
No
not.
shot.
All right, chat. How are you guys feeling so far? I have my concerns.
Still going.
Is my mic okay?
Yeah.
Is it better?
You're good.
Should I take it down a little bit more?
If I ask chat, I think you're good.
Okay. Always. Okay, so is this the multiverse of madness then? That would kind of make sense.
You bet.
Anthony Atkins. I really don't know what to expect from the last 10 minutes.
Me either. A post-credit scene.
Yeah. So Loki's pretty much feeling like straight garbage right now.
Pretty much. And the TVA has no use because they screwed up too bad.
Also, why is he so sweaty? Wait, what the heck? Why doesn't Mobius know him? Oh no. Because it's already been reset. Okay. Alright, so that's that. Are we playing it out? Or are we gonna jump to
Another meh. Disney volume. Well, that was pretty crazy.
we might just play it out.
Yeah.
I don't
Pretty crazy stuff.
I don't know if he went to a different universe.
There now, it's definitely possible.
I don't know. There's definitely a lot to talk about. And of course we're gonna save a lot of our we're not gonna really go into it much tonight. We are going to save a lot of our thoughts for tomorrow when we do our full review at 6 p.m. But we are going to hopefully see a post-credit scene soon. So stand by. Let us know, guys, in the chat. Any other thoughts? What you think from the finale? Yeah. Okay, is this it? Is it a mid-credit scene? I see the Loki signs flashing. Okay, here we go. Here we go, guys. Oh. Is that it? Okay.
That's it for him.
Alright, so there's gonna be a season 2. There's gonna be a season 2, guys. Hey, is there one more? Maybe there's one more. There's been 2. I'm not gonna
looking
wait.
ahead. I don't see anything.
You're looking ahead?
Yeah. I don't see anything.
Alright, there's not another one.
Well, I think we'll talk about more tomorrow, but I do think that's a pretty solid reveal to end on. Not the post-credit scene, because I think we already knew that part, but the end of the episode.
I didn't know that part. They didn't really say.
Yeah, I think there was just way too many rumors. Something was different with something, but a lot of people thought there'd be another. But that's cool though.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're gonna be like, well, season 2 is next month. I wish. All right. Well, yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, that's probably it. If you guys don't have anything else you want to throw in the chat, we appreciate you guys hanging out tonight. Again, tomorrow's going to be pretty fun. It's going to be kind of a jam-packed show. And so hopefully you guys can tune in for that, 6 p.m. I say tomorrow, but I mean today. 6 p.m. We're going to do a brief recap review of the last Bad Batch episode because we didn't get to do that last week. And then we're going to also do a Black Widow review. We're also going to do some non-spoiler takes at the beginning of each section, of each like movie or show that we talk about. So, you know, if there's some people that haven't seen certain things, like Black Widow, for example, we'll give a non-spoiler take, and then we'll bring up the spoiler warning. So we'll have that for everything. So that'll be good. So you guys won't get spoiled if you don't want to. But yeah, we're gonna dive in heavily into our episode tonight with Loki, with Black Widow, and then maybe a couple of like news topics in entertainment. And of course, our Wednesday shows are really fun because it's when we interact with the audience, usually quite a bit, and you guys send in your questions about anything you want to talk about. Also, um, you send in people usually send in their recommendations for like shows, movies, video games that you guys are playing, and that's a lot of fun. We kind of go around talking about some recommendations. That's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
So, yeah, I mean, uh, I gotta definitely sit with this season finale
yeah.
for sure.
I'll probably end up watching it again by the time we review it
Yeah,
tomorrow.
yeah, I'm gonna have to watch it again too. But I'm gonna sleep on it. Chat, you guys sleep on it too. And thanks again for tuning in. I think we're gonna head out. So you guys have a good rest of your night, and we will see you hopefully at 6 p.m. Pacific. We'll catch you later.
For sure. See you.
See ya.